these banners up.
Let me go ahead and close this door because what you heard was my husband going into the garage to let our dog out.
Take your time, mama. Easing up on there now.
Yeah, he was letting our outside door out because we have to put him up at night. We have a cougar in our area.
Ooh, a cougar.
Yeah, a cougar.
Ooh. A cougar, woman or animal?
No, an animal for real.
Oh,
so he gets put up every night, so he doesn't get eaten.
Oh my God! Did y'all call animal control?
Yeah, they've been alerted.
Oh my God, that's scary.
It is, but you know the thing about it is our outside dog would probably win against a cougar. I just don't want him injured.
Yeah, you don't know how it's going to end up. Yeah, that's true. You don't know if that cougar got rabies or whatever.
Right, and our dog is vaccinated. He just got his. When I was telling you I was bringing all the fur babies back and forth.
Yeah,
but
they got you good.
they got you good. They rolled me for all our fur babies. They rolled me.
I have a neighbor and she complains about that all the time. She's like, because they get medications for the animals sent to the house and everything. And she's like, you don't understand. It's like children. As they get older, as the dogs, like they got a dog that's like, she's so sweet though. She couldn't even hurt a bug. That's how she is. But she's getting up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let me, hey guys.
Hello.
You guys know we like to chit chat before the show. So we are live everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. Good morning, everyone. I got the elegant, the awesome Dr. Ray on the show. Before we get started, we're going to be right back. We're going to play a quick, super fast video for you guys and get you guys all ready and your pens and papers out. Today, we're going to be talking about how to stop the self-sabotage in your physical health. Are you ready, Dr. Ray?
I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna be right back. Get a little sip of water and coffee. Be right back. Hi, we are back.
Hello.
Yes. So, Dr. Ray, what you drinking this morning, love? Good morning, Therese.
What am I thinking this morning? Well, today for me is Transformation Tuesday.
Oh, Transformation Tuesday. You do your live. But what are you drinking this morning?
Drinking. I have my tonic. You know, I like my tonic in the morning. Yeah. I have my drinks, my drinks mixed up together there, so I can start my day right.
Can you make that like a tea too? Can you like put it in hot water? I know this is sidebar.
Actually, I have put it in hot water, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then I put a little lemon with it.
Ooh.
So good. Really, really good.
My cart is like up to over $500 right now. Because after I got done talking to you like last week, I forgot what it was. It's like more stuff I added on there. It's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. But Dr. Ray is going to give you guys more information about that. As a matter of fact, why don't you just talk about your 3-day challenge first? Because we have a lot to talk about this morning, and I don't want to miss a beat because I know these awesome ladies hopping on. Definitely, I know some of you guys have just physical health concerns and making sure that your energy is up, you're eating healthy, you're actually practicing healthy routines. So, I mean, we got a lot to talk about. But yeah, jump in first, introduce yourself, and talk about that 3-day challenge.
Yes. I'd love to. Thank you, Coach. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining Coach and I on the live today, and thank you for all who are going to catch the replay. I am Dr. Ray. I am an acute care physician. I am the #1 gut health strategist, and I'm CEO founder of Better Health with Dr. Ray. I believe that every person deserves to have their best health, and that starts in your gut. And I help my team members and clients get in their best gut health with my exclusive patented plant-based products and virtual coaching. So for the 3-day health challenge, let's get real. You know this quarantine and caught you slipping. You didn't had all the snacks. We need to get off of that and realize that our health is important every day, especially in the time of pandemic. We have got to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, that can put us in jeopardy. So with the 3-day health challenge, it's a quick way to sneak peek 4 of our most popular products for 3 days. And we have a private Facebook group to help support you along the way, so you get your maximum results to see exactly how these products work for you. So we have the 2 things I just showed right now, which are the pink drink, which helps you lose weight and feel great because it has chromium, it has garcinia, it has alpha lipoic acid, and chlorogenic acid. So there's a lot of words in there saying that this is the real deal. And what it does is it helps get you balance with your blood sugars. And that's where part of the magic comes in. When you have balanced blood sugars, you don't have to worry about the energy slump. You don't have to worry about the cravings. You don't have to worry about having to fight so hard to make better choices in your health. Also, too, the thing about it is whether you are vegan or whether you eat meat, it doesn't matter. This works hand in hand with whatever eating plan that you're doing, other than if you're having Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts every day. It don't really work well with that. And this is the active. This is actually our limited time starfruit guava, which I'm having right now. It's amazing. But what this does is it boosts your nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is important for brain function as well as body function, specifically your heart and your lungs, which is key. 2 other products we have in there is a thermogenic that helps target your belly fat. Mm-hmm. And who doesn't want to target belly fat? Mm-hmm. And then the 4th thing we have in there is our lean protein powder, which is RBHG free. So there's none of the nasty stuff in it. It has natural fiber. It has vitamins in there. And you get that for 3 days. And it's only $19.95. You order directly off my website and you get free shipping. And you get a $20 coupon.
Mm-hmm. And that right there is everything. Everything. Yes. I like how you mentioned that having that with Krispy Kreme ain't gonna work out for you very well. Because that happens sometimes. And just so you guys know, I've tried these products. They're amazing. They're great. You guys know I never vouch for anything unless I have personal experience myself. But it's amazing, guys. And like I said, Dr. Ray has been on my show for many episodes. I love having her come back all the time because
thank you.
Wellness is not only something that needs to be considered every day, we got to make it an actual routine. You guys know for the past 2 weeks, I've been talking about creating systems in your business. You also have to create systems in your health. That's how you stay on top of your business and on top of everything you need to stay on top of. So that's super important. But this morning, Dr. Ray and I have been talking back and forth yesterday, and we were like, okay, what's the perfect topic for us to talk about this morning? Yeah. Which is self-sabotage. A lot of times we do self-sabotage our physical health goals, right? We do self-sabotage that sometimes without knowing. Like, I know the mentality nowadays is like, oh, after this whole pandemic, I'll consider my health, or after this, the storm is over, I'll consider it. But just imagine I think like back in April, they said the average person is gaining 30 pounds, and they said like they've gotten increased poundage up to 65. That's a lot on a person in like a short period of time, right? That's a lot within a month. That's those numbers are big, so it's more than just, as you would say, Dr. Ray, staying active. It also has a lot to do with what is our goals, what is our routines, right?
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we have about 10 points to go over. I'm gonna let Dr. Ray definitely take the lead on this, and I'll piggyback off of her. But let's go over number one, Dr. Ray. No one likes to be sick. Invest in your self-care now for future gain. It's always easier to prevent diseases than manage your cure it your cure, sorry, it after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, just like the old adage says, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Mm,
It's true. I had a critical care nurse that I used to work with out of the ER.
mm,
She used to do cross shifts in the ER. And, people would see what she would bring for lunch. And what we would bring for lunch was pretty similar. She would bring a salad and a lean protein, and she would bring her green drink and stuff. And I'd bring mine, and, people would laugh. I'm like, what is that y'all are drinking?
mm-hmm.
That
I
looks
would be
nasty.
that type of person. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, and I'm just, I would
Stop.
explain it, but a lot of it is take care of yourself now,
Mm-hmm.
and you will reap the rewards of that self-care. We think self-care is something kind of nebulous, up in the sky, it's all spa treatments. No, what it is realizing that if you don't take care of your health, you default to illness.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't schedule your self-care, expect that illness will pop up on your schedule at a time that's not convenient for you.
That's right.
So, people have this idea that time is on their side. It truly is not. If you do
Mm-hmm.
not want to be sick, you need to take consistent, intentional steps to be well. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen by mistake.
Nope.
We kind of get into this mindset that, good morning, Roz.
Hey, Roz.
We get into this mindset that I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do
Mm-hmm.
it tomorrow. And, some of the pandemic, because, we've had to stay at home, a lot of states are reopening and whatnot. But part of that is stress eating, emotional eating.
Oh, yes.
When you go into the grocery store, you're trying to get in and out. So you're probably eating the stuff or picking up the stuff that's closest to the cash register, which is the unhealthiest stuff for you. So
Yep.
it's always easier to prevent a disease than to manage or cure it by far. And this is coming from a physician and a former pharmacist. It's always better to prevent
Mm-hmm.
than to manage or cure. And some people believe, oh, well, I'm not overweight, so I'm healthy.
Yeah.
No, in Britain and the UK, they have a clinical syndrome that I know we have here in the States. We just haven't put it together. It's called TOFI,
Mm-hmm.
TOFI, thin outside, fat inside, TOFI.
Mm-hmm.
So saying that someone is thin on the outside, but fat on the inside. So they have all of the things that you associate with someone being overweight, but
Mm-hmm.
they're thin on the outside. So don't think that just because you're thin and you're eating everything, you're not gaining weight, that
Mm-hmm.
you are healthy on the inside. No, ma'am, no, sir. So do the self-care. No matter what size you are, no matter what your waistline is, do the self-care now to prevent the diseases later.
That's right. And they will come up, and we always think of later as like when we're 75, when we're 80, whatever. No, later can be 40s or whatever. I had a principal, my children had an old principal. His name was Mr. Green. He was an amazing individual, but he passed away in his 40s, because of health issues that he avoided before. And it was so sad. It affected like the school. And still to this day, people talk about him because he was an amazing principal. Like, it can be within a year you go to that doctor's appointment. They're like, oh, guess what? You have this, you got to, work on and get it treated. That's so important. So you're so right, Dr. Ray, when it comes to that, and considering that, later can be sooner than you think, right? Later can be absolutely sooner than you think. Let's jump over to number two. It makes you better. It makes you a better person and caregiver when you take care of yourself. You're a better friend, partner, guest, spouse, and parent to the people you love and who love you. That's definitely true.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And the thing about it is, we seem to think that by neglecting ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
that we're doing some service to
Mm-hmm.
those that we love. Just like you brought up Mr. Green, who's a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal principal. Think about the number of people that he couldn't impact
Yes.
because he didn't take care of his health.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those days that his loved ones missed of his earthly presence
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't take care of himself. So,
Mm-hmm.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you don't want to have your loved ones without you sooner than, absolutely necessary.
No, ma'am.
And so take those steps right now. Talking about being a better person and caregiver, once again, I think we make that kind of general. But
Mm-hmm.
fact of the matter is, if you don't take care of yourself, that can lead to premature death.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of getting that understanding a little bit better now,
Mm-hmm.
because we have COVID-19 in our faces. But before COVID-19, there was a whole bucket of health issues that we just seem to think that, oh, pop a pill, it'll go away. Oh,
Yeah.
ignore it, it'll just, don't be the ostrich with your head in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take care of yourself to be a better person. Absolutely. For how about for yourself?
Yeah.
For yourself, be a better friend. Yes, to be a better partner, spouse, parent, to be a better parent. When you take care of yourself, you're in a whole different, I hate to use this word, vibration.
Yes, you are.
Your energy is so different when you're taking care of yourself. So the people in your life that you love and who love you are getting the best version of you when you take care of yourself.
That's true. It's so true. I mean, you're more alert, you're more patient, because there's times, especially if you're eating unhealthy early in the day, you're crashing, so you're more irritable. It's more than just a factor of losing weight. It's for
Yeah,
me, especially after I had baby V, my energy was horrible. Like it took me everything to get back into swing. But here's the thing, I was using a lot of these products incorrectly. So when I was using them and getting a routine, I would go too high energy. So that's what's awesome about having Dr. Ray. And I just realized we both were wearing white shirts. Great minds think alike, right? And guys,
yeah,
if you haven't shared this out, make sure you share this out. Name me a huge
yeah,
shout out. Stacey, thank you for sharing. Therese, thank you for sharing. This is important. We love to share gossip. We love to share what's the newest tea, right? Let's share
yeah.
something that's actually going to contribute and give back to people. So share this live out, start a watch party, because health and wellness is something that, Dr. Ray and I are both huge advocates of. Me being 19 weeks pregnant, Dr. Ray being, you know, a doctor and working like on the front lines every day. This is huge, and it's never going to get better if we're not talking about it and addressing it, right? So wait, we have one comment here. Let me just pop that on the screen before I missed it. Roz said, when we become caregivers, we think we must sacrifice self to give great care. Oh my God. What is
True.
your perspective on that, Dr. Ray?
So true. We think that in order to be a good caregiver, that means that, you have to be a martyr, but
Mm-hmm.
when you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be at your best to be a caregiver. So
Mm-hmm.
we kind of need to change that around a little bit, because on that list of people that you are a caregiver for, your name needs to be on that list.
That's right.
We tend to look at everybody else and be like, okay, what do I need to do for them? Put yourself on your own schedule too. You deserve your care also. So it's a matter of making ourselves a priority. And I think some of us have, myself included, been taught that taking care of yourself is selfish. But really, what you realize is when you take care of yourself, everything else is better. You don't have to sacrifice yourself.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's going to take commitment to take care of somebody else. It's going to take, some compromise to take care of
Yeah.
other people, but you really don't have to sacrifice your health. Your loved ones don't want you to do that.
No, they don't. And like, don't feel like, and I get what you're saying, Dr. Ray, is like we as women sometimes feel a high amount of guilt when we are
Yeah,
doing something to take care of ourselves, because it's always not the norm to put
right.
yourself at the top. But how are you going to be the best person, the best caregiver, the best mom, like they said, the best, person, if you're not putting yourself at the top of the list? That's so important. Like I wake up every morning and I always say, what do I need to do for me first? Like before I even get to the kids and wake them up, even if I wake them up a little bit later, there's certain things that I have to just get done wise to make sure I get these at least 2 bottles of this in early in the morning before I even put anything else in my mouth or whatever. Then I do my prenatal and do all that stuff. But if I don't start that now, it won't, the day won't end. I won't continuously have those same habits throughout the day. Whereas before, it would be kids, husband, what am I making for breakfast? Things like that. But I totally understand because Raj, you're in the caregiving industry. So girl, I get it.
Yeah,
Thank you for
yeah,
sharing, Raj. Thank you. Um,
definitely.
yes. So do you mind, Dr. Ray, we jump over to number 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So number 3 is have more energy for the things you love to do. Choose to be vibrant and have the strength to show up for the important things and people in your life.
Yeah, we have to make that choice to
Mm-hmm.
have more energy. And sometimes that's a tough choice to have more energy because you get tired. You get tired. You have a lot that you have to handle. Even for those who are currently working, you still have a lot of obligations. And, if you're not currently working, especially if you're unemployed, you have a lot of stress coming your way. So that's an energy zapper for sure. So you're thinking, okay, how can I get all of these things done with what I have in my hands? And so, with that being said, is this: make the choice to have more energy wherever you are, take it one step at a time. And don't be your biggest critic, be your biggest cheerleader. Self care also has to do with our mental space. So don't think that it's all about waistline. It's definitely not. That's why, with my Facebook page, Better Health with Dr. Ray, it's really all encompassing, right? So when you have that more energy, when you make that decision that you are going to show up in your own life in a more positive way, it's not just kind of, I always say this, unicorns and rainbows, because we think, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, just going to be positive. No, when you make that decision to be more optimistic, do you know that you are choosing to have a more productive life? I'm going to say that again. When you are optimistic, you are choosing to have a more productive life.
Mm-hmm.
Studies have shown that people who are optimistic or bring energy to their lives,
Mm-hmm.
if they're presented with a problem, they will respond to that problem differently than people who focus on the negative. So the same problem presented to two different people with primarily a negative mindset or a positive mindset. The
Mm-hmm.
person with the negative mindset might come up with 1,000 different solutions to that problem.
Mm.
The person with the optimistic mindset is going to come up with 10,000
Yes.
solutions. So it's not just, a vague notion of having more energy for the things that you love, but you are choosing to have a more productive life when you embrace your vibrancy, when you embrace your strength, which everyone has strength. Everybody has a choice to be more vibrant. It's just how you are going to purpose your life. What are you going to choose
Yeah.
daily? Life is hard, but choose your hard. Would you rather be dealing with life with more energy and vibrancy, or would you rather let life beat you down and take your joy?
Absolutely. And I like how you mentioned the power of choice because a lot of us, we may have a spouse or have a partner that does not, doesn't set their health, their physical health or their gut health at a high standard. And you still have to choose to say, you know what, I'm going to do this because this works for me. Even in my household, we have that battle where, okay, I like to go to the grocery store by myself. I do. But now, obviously, we try to go out in pairs now because of the pandemic and stuff. So making 2 separate trips doesn't work. But even with me, I'm like, okay, you have your cart, I have my cart. I don't argue about this whole thing of like, this is what we need to do. You have your cart, I have my cart. I put what I want to put in it, and you put whatever you want to put in it. And then whenever we bring stuff home, it's like having that control with the kids and say, no, we're not having the sweet stuff right now. Did you get your vegetables? Did you get your fruit slices or whatever? And make it more of like the sweet part, the sweets in the snack stuff, like sort of like a reward of like, okay, did you finish your whole plate or whatever. So I know like a lot of women who are living in households, their structures are different. You may not be with a partner that's like super healthy and drinking the green drinks and the seaweed and all this other stuff.
Right.
And sometimes it's tempting, to just go to the left, but you control the environment. You have a lot of control over the environment that you can create for yourself or for your children, and say, you know what, let them have that over there. I'm going to be over here and take this 3-day challenge, or eat my salads and stuff like that. Like, I love salads now because I make it in a way that, like, I just love it. Cranberries, cucumbers, all that stuff, and I can eat it every single day. But in a lot of cases, with eating healthy can be boring for some people, after a while. So you got to make it fun. You got to make it interesting, because like you said, it is a choice no matter what, and we have to have that control. It's very, very important. Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to number 4, Dr. Ray, which is sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, the quality of your sleep and all its restorative properties improves when your body is nurtured, allowing you to truly rest and rest each night. That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely, it's true. And going back to the sweets.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to that.
And talking about, different. No, on 4. Talking about
okay.
what a lot of people don't realize. Our moms were right. We are what we eat.
Yes, we are.
So when you take in excess sugar, which it's very easy to do, because on average, the average American consumes about 5 to 7 times more carbs than their body actually can utilize.
Wow.
So when you put that level of carbohydrates in your body, that's not balanced by natural fiber, what happens is a hormone called insulin spikes in order to handle that. Well, insulin also spikes cortisol. Cortisol does not allow you to sleep well at night. So now you see how the honey bun now has led you to be up at night. So a lot of times people, it's the sugar. True, the sugar is a stimulant. Sugar and caffeine are stimulants. But the other part is what is happening inside your body hormonally as a response to what you ate. So if you don't sleep well, and for each person, sleeping well is a little bit differently, but the recommendations are 6 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep, at night.
Yeah.
Now, people who work at night, it can be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But melatonin, which is a hormone that's very closely associated and responsible for quality sleep, tends to be highest in the evening and the nighttime hours. Well, if you are not having proper levels of melatonin because your gut's not right, then you're not going to have good quality sleep. You're not going to have restorative or recuperative sleep. Now, this is what happens when your body doesn't have recuperative sleep. You will have more illness. Also, too, if you have any current illnesses, they will worsen.
Yeah.
So sleep is extremely important for human beings. And the thing about it is, if we don't make conscientious decisions about our health, it's not going to happen. So sleep is key for having the optimal health. And that's why they've shown that people who are making lifestyle changes where they are moving towards releasing some extra weight, one of the most important things you can do is have good quality sleep. And then for Coach, with her being 19 weeks pregnant, sleep is going to allow her body the important function of restoring itself so the baby can develop at her or his best.
I caught that. Yep.
Those things are key. So, I mean, pregnant women, extremes of age, especially if you have any medical conditions, extremely important to sleep well.
That's right.
But it's kind of a catch-22 because some pharmaceutical medications can actually disrupt your sleep. And then you do another medication in order to sleep at night, but it's not the same. melatonin made by your own body, endogenous melatonin, is not the same as one that you pop in a pill.
Nope.
And also, two medications you take to help you sleep are not giving you the same phases of restorative and recuperative sleep that your body naturally has.
Yeah, like you said, sleep is very, very important. And we're not looking at, the first thing many of us do, and I've seen other people do this in my family and friends and stuff, is that they're like, oh my God, I'm not getting enough sleep. Let me go get, Unisem or like a melatonin pill or things like that. But if they change, their overall health habits, that can be a bit better assistance than them getting so dependent on these sleep aids and stuff, because they're, even though some of them say it's non-dependent, you never know. It may be something that you use and then your body becomes used to it, and then you want something stronger.
Yeah,
That does happen more often than not, right, Dr. Ray?
it definitely can.
Absolutely. So jumping over to number 5, which is true beauty comes from within. Take care of your health, and you'll glow from the inside out with radiant skin full of velocity, right?
Vitality.
Vitality. Yes,
Vitality.
vitality and elasticity due to the increased collagen production. You actually have a product that's has collagen in it, right?
Yes, I do. And I
Yeah.
still love it. I
Yeah, you talk
so
about it
love,
all the
I
time.
so love my collagen, and our testimonials for our collagen product is like off the charts. I'm going to be posting one later on my page today for people who are using the collagen. But this is the thing. We think about beauty, oh, well, this and that. And it's not about vanity. It's not about vanity. But when you are truly healthy, there is a natural beauty that comes with that. The same way as when you see a rose in full bloom, when you see a flower, when it is showing its petals, it is just something beautiful about health. So yeah, when you have true health, it's gonna be beautiful. Absolutely, it's gonna be a beautiful internal experience, and people around you will be impacted by that beauty as well. As far as the collagen is concerned, absolutely, I have a product that has hydrolyzed collagen, specifically collagens 1 and 3. When I get into health products, especially gut health products and my plant-based products, I get so passionate. So I'm not going to go on and on. But it is bioavailable. And what we see with collagen, our collagen, is within 14 days, you start seeing some results. Personally, when I started taking my collagen, because I am a little bit over 21, we start making less collagen once we enter our 20s. So once you stop being a teenager, your collagen starts decreasing. So I'm really surprised by how many people, younger people, you might have been in a motor vehicle accident, you might have had an athletic injury, all number of things that you injured a joint, a bone. So collagen is important for vitality and elasticity. However, we look at the skin because it definitely helps hair, skin, and nails. But also, too, kind of a little additional tip for you is what collagen does for our bodies. What collagen does for our bodies is it helps replace the collagen that our bodies don't naturally make anymore. Like I said, once you get into your 20s. So once you stop being a teenager, once you get past age 19 and you're 20, your collagen starts to decline. So we think, oh, well, your skin is getting wrinkled and all this. Some of it is sun exposure. Some of it has to do with skin maintenance. And along with the powdered collagen we have a 2-step system skin serum that one in the morning, one in the afternoon. It helps your collagen externally, but also it helps with the microbiome. So collagen, I'm so excited about it because being a breast cancer survivor myself, and I was taking chemotherapy, and chemotherapy is toxic, can be toxic to bones and cartilage, which was my case. It has helped me tremendously with recovery of my joint function because I was
Mhm.
having hip issues, I was having a knee issue, I was having lower back. So, with starting my collagen, a lot of those things that were plaguing me have greatly improved, which has changed my quality of life. So, we think of something like collagen saying, oh, it's all about vanity. No, once again, we're going back to that self care, and it's nice
Mhm.
to have something that I take once a day
Mhm.
and it gives me so many benefits. I just love it. I love my collagen.
Yes, I know you talk about it all the time, so I have to like plug that in there, because that is something that's important, and a lot of people don't know why they're losing it. And I like how you mentioned once we reach a certain age, we were on number 5, right? Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Once
we're
we reach a certain age, we lose it, so we have
yeah.
to, take certain things to gain that back. Things that are healthier, and like I know the first thing that people are going to do, they're going to go to the Walgreens or the CVS's or whatever and get this stuff. But what is, like, I know this is a sidebar, but what is your perspective on that? Not that we're being biased to anything, but what is some of your perspective on going to the regular retail chains to get this stuff? And when you're dealing with people who don't really know how the product should be used correctly, or is it right for them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that collagen is a supplement that the majority of us could actually use and
Mm-hmm.
actually could benefit from. This is the thing. You can go to your big box or you can
Mm-hmm.
go to a mom and pop store.
Yeah.
Not all supplements are created equal. So if you're not going to use quality supplementation, don't waste your time or your money
Mm-hmm.
trying to take something just because you heard me on this live broadcast say, "Hey, collagen's great."
Mm-hmm. And they're
Because if
writing out a whole list of stuff, and
yeah,
yeah,
if
go
it's not clean, if it's not a clean product, if it's not a quality product, if it's not a clinically studied product,
ahead. Mm-hmm.
you're wasting your time.
That's right.
So, you can get things from the big box, you can get things from the mom and pop, you can get things off your shelf. But are they doing the clinical studies? Do they have the scientific data? Do
Mm-hmm.
they have a 60-day money back guarantee?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. And that's why my products are not on anybody's shelf because
Yeah,
I want to make certain that what my team members and clients are getting is quality.
that's right.
And a lot of times when you get it from a big box or off a shelf, their primary focus is profit.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't get it twisted. Just because somebody wants to profit off of a particular nutritional supplement doesn't mean you're going to get the same. In the New York Times, as well as USA Today, did stories
Mm-hmm.
on people buying shelf supplements. What
Yeah.
they found for the most part is what they said was in there wasn't
Mm-hmm.
actually in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to be very careful in these nutritional supplement streets because people want your money and they don't care if you get results because if it's on the shelf, it's got a lot of eyes on it. They're counting on the volume that
Mm-hmm.
or people who'll repeat buy just because they want to do something good for their health.
That's
They're
right.
just not empowered with the best, most accurate information.
Very true. And it's the marketing half the time, because obviously if there's one aisle full of all these products, vitamins, collagen, things like that, they're going to make sure that they have, they change the bottling up to where it's appealing to the eye, but that may not be the best product for you. Another thing I wrote down in my notes is that, you know, what I love about what you do, Dr. Ray, versus what we're getting in those retail chains and whatever, and I'm not being biased again, is that, yeah, let's say if you do find something there that works, right? Going to the local stores or whatever, um, and you decide to, somebody say, oh, where did you get that from? And you let them know, whatever, you're not getting anything back from that.
No,
So this is like a win-win with what you're doing, because it's going to work for you. And let's say if you have a partner or a mom or whatever that also needs it, hey, you get them to buy it too, and guess what, you're getting something back as well. And that's what I love about this whole industry that you're in as a whole, because it's like it's a two-way street. You know what I mean? You go to those stores, they don't really care much about whether it's working or not. They're going to make sure they're going to do the marketing and whatever to get you back in. But again, if you want to sort of share it and spread it to the world, you're not getting benefited from that. You're not, so that right there alone is amazing. And I was thinking about that the other day as people talk about the industry as a whole and have all these negative things about it. And you look back and say, okay, you just purchased something from the mall or Amazon or whatever. All right, are you getting anything back from that? Like
No.
long term? No.
No.
Yeah, yeah, even if you are an affiliate, okay, but you get your affiliate, somebody buys, but there's no customer relationship. They was actually talking about that. Gary Vaynerchuk was talking about that on his show, and he was saying how a lot of people are running to Amazon, they're running to the eBays, but there's no customer relationship because you don't even know who's buying it. You're just getting the credit. You may get a credit in your cart for your next purchase, but who gave you that credit? Who can you thank and follow up with to make sure that they're constantly going back in and buying over and over again? There's no way to look at that because Amazon owns that lead. You don't. So that's a whole nother topic that I feel like the Lord brought that to my heart, and I'm just going to talk about it on one of my shows because I think
Yeah.
people are missing the whole point of the industry as a whole. But yes, a whole nother topic. I know I just went off into a tangent there. So let's jump to number 6. Save money, invest in your health, and you'll be massive. You'll see massive returns from unrealized medical bills and expenses in the long term. Medical bills are so high, right? What do you have to say about that, Dr. Ray?
Absolutely. Medical bills can be astronomical. And this is the thing. Quite a few of our medical expenses could be avoided.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as we go back to, point number 1 a little bit, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Mm-hmm.
So the part of it that people sometimes I think we get disconnected from, we have seen with diabetics, which 120 million Americans are diabetic, type 2 diabetes, I'm talking about. And then we have tens of millions of people who are pre-diabetic. And so what pre-diabetic means is not all your labs are showing that you're diabetic, but your body is already responding like a diabetic. So on average, you could save $6,000 per year on a person who does not have to treat their diabetes with medication. You might be like, what? What are you talking about? Of course, you've got to treat diabetes with medication. Actually, we're seeing that lifestyle changes and quality nutritional supplementation, with the FDA disclaimer, I'm not saying that our products treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any illnesses. But with lifestyle changes and quality nutritional supplementation, like I have with my patented products, we are seeing that people's illnesses, if not resolving, minimizing. So you have people that might be on tens of units of insulin go to maybe 10 per day. So we still have a lot of things that we have control over in our health, and sometimes we don't realize it. We don't realize that when you have supplementation on things that you might not even realize that you're personally deficient in, it can have impact for your overall health from head to toe. So having been a pharmacist in the past and currently a physician, I always stress to my patients that I would rather you be healthy and be conscientiously healthier without these medications than to be on them. And oftentimes they look at me like, I don't know what you're talking about, but really it is a goal and really it is a possibility, with consistent lifestyle changes and that 1% better. Doesn't mean you have to go out there and run 26.2 miles tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you have to, do hours and hours of cardio and lifting and all of those things. What it does is 1% better. So by being 1% better, making those changes, Yeah, absolutely. You can save money by investing in your health, and you can see massive returns for sure in your quality of life and also in your pocketbook and your wallet. So we
That's
really,
right.
really like that.
Yeah, and like changing that lifestyle to more hey Sophia, let me give her a shout out. Hey boo. Um
Hey!
People think it's massively expensive and it's not. I think that's like
No.
just a limiting belief that people like to pour on themselves because they probably heard it from somebody else or what have you that also made up that excuse or what have you. But yeah, so let's go over this last point because I want to give
Okay.
Dr. Lee time to talk again about her 3-day challenge, and I want to actually show her website for that too, so you guys can start hopping off here and making that purchase, because it's about taking that control. It's about taking that control, creating that health system, so that you can be a better you, right? So number 7 is motivate and inspire others around you to be a role model for your kids, right? Friends, colleagues, and neighbors, to develop a wellness routine that may save their life.
Absolutely. I think sometimes we don't realize that when we're making better choices, that has a ripple effect.
Yes, it does.
It starts with us, but then it ripples out to other people, even people you might not know. They
Mhm.
see you and you might not know them, but
Oh yes.
we are interconnected. Especially, we have these social media platforms, and you can impact a person you've never met in real life. So
Mm,
by being consistent in our own self care, by being consistent and purposeful in our health, you're a role model for your kids, but you know what? More importantly, you're a role model for yourself.
that's
Because
right.
how often have we said, it's very popular at the beginning of the year that, oh, I'm gonna lose this weight. I'm gonna make these changes. I'm gonna get better at my finances. We have these goals. Why do we
Mm,
have these goals? Because it's about hope. It's
mm,
about the power of potential in your future. So
yes.
by developing a wellness routine, it actually can save your life. Reason being is, how many people do you know? Just like, I'll say again, I'll go back to Coach Campbell's, illustration, her example of Mr. Green, who is a school principal,
Yeah.
affecting all of these children that he is gifted to be an influence in their life. And he dies in his 40s because of
Mm,
a health concern. But Mr. Green is not the only one. I have plenty of people that I know have survived cancer, like myself, but they don't know what are the next steps. And you
mhm,
don't have to have something as life altering as
mhm.
cancer in order to determine that your better health is worth your time and attention. And
Yes.
yes, investment. So definitely join us for the 3-day health challenge. Coach has put up the bit.ly link for that. You can get ordered today. And by getting ordered today, you would be ready for our next 3-day health challenge in our Facebook group, our private Facebook group. What you get there is a whole lot of positive information. You get some very strong support, and you get some fun games too, because health doesn't have to be boring. Like Coach was saying, she loves salads now because she's putting her cranberries and stuff in it. A lot of times I find that people who don't make a lifelong change for their better health is because it was boring to them. It didn't engage with them. It didn't resonate with them. So take these 3 days to find out if this resonates with you. If just taking 3 days can kickstart your better health, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it to you to have more energy where you're not dependent on toxic chemicals? Would it be worth it to you to start getting in that normal blood sugar range where you're not dealing with the brain fog? You're not dealing with the sugar cravings. You're not beating yourself up, but you feel more empowered to make better choices, not out of guilt, but out of your own care. And then would it be worth it to you to have a protein shake that not only is giving you the protein that you need in a very clean way, but would it be worth it to you to have a protein shake that is RBHG free? Yes. Look that up, because not all protein powders are equal. Would you like to have a protein powder that you can use as a snack? or meal replacement. And all of my people who are doing their MRF workouts, they're doing their heavy cardio, you want to have that protein. It's going to help you recover, and it's also going to give you those results you're looking for faster. And also, too, our protein shake has vitamins and fiber. So it's a very great, and it tastes great. Everybody loves the taste. Even people who don't like protein shakes, they're like, I don't want this. They try it and they're like, I need that. I need that in my life. And fourthly, for those of us who deal with the belly fat, the spare tire, in the middle, you're looking good. You're looking good. And then you get down into the midsection and you're just like, okay, what is that in the middle? So yeah, you can tuck it into some Spanx. You could tuck it into some, a waist trainer, which is fine. That's good. But the goal is to train, not to eliminate the work, right? Because if you don't do the work, the problem's still there. So by doing the thermogenic that targets the belly fat, not only is it great for that, but it contains adaptogens. Adaptogens helps our bodies deal with stress. That's why we have the spare tire. It's all result of that cortisol we were talking about that's messing with your sleep. It's also messing with your waistline, girl or guy. So get that cortisol down, get those adaptogens in your system, and you'll be amazed at the amplification of your good choices will happen. So you get 4 of those 4 popular products in a 3-day package with recipes, with a private Facebook group, with all kinds of fun stuff. So it's like, right, no brainer, for sure, for sure. So I think that Coach is, we will make certain that we get this information to you. As far as the link, it is on the screen right there. Make certain to get there and get your stuff, because we'll be starting another 3-day challenge pretty soon. So you want to make certain to get in there. If you have any further questions, drop in my inbox on Instagram or on Facebook. And that's Dr. Ray Smith and that's DrRaesmithMD, and we can send you out some more details. So make certain to look for that, because we can get you going for sure. So I think Coach was saying she's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but no worries. So we're going to finish with these 7 points. And, Coach and I are always talking back and forth. So we'll get you the other 3 on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I was trying to do a shared screen to show you guys her site, and it kicked me out.
So disrespectful, StreamYard. Don't do that to Coach.
I know. Somebody told me yesterday there's been having issues with the share screen, so it probably trickled down to me. But yes, so what were you? What did we leave off with?
We were just talking about the 3-day health challenge.
Yes.
Program, and getting ordered today. We can make certain to have their products in hand for our next 3-day health challenge group that launches on Monday, June 1st. So you want to go ahead and get your stuff so that you can stop making excuses and make progress in your health.
That's right. And the ordering process is so seamless, super simple, not with all that. And it's once you get the package, because I've done Dr. Ray's 3-day challenge before, it's so easy to follow the instructions and using it correctly. The reason why I'm saying that is because when I first started to buy products to help me with my energy and my clarity and all these things, nobody taught me how to use it correctly. They should say, get this, get that, but they didn't show me how to use it correctly, and that could be very, very bad on your body. You could get what happened to you could be the same thing that happened to me, where I would get the jitters and get super hyper and things like that, and then crash, and then you don't use it anymore because you're making the cause of all that on the product, and really it's just incorrect use. So even without asking Dr. Ray questions, you can actually do the 3-day challenge on your own, because the instructions on it is so freaking simple. It's super simple. And I don't know if you have the disc on you right now, Dr. Ace. You can like show them, but if not, we could do it on the next episode. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't currently have it nearby me. I always have one in my home office, which is where I am right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And each day has its own cassette. Now, I know saying cassette to the millennials, they probably like, what the hell is a cassette?
What's a cassette?
But for those of us who might be over 30, you know what a cassette is. But basically, each day has its dedicated package.
That's
so your
right.
day one has day one on the front. Everything that you need as far as your quality supplementation is in day one. Then we have one for day 2 and we have one for day 3. And on top of how we have put together that box, I call it the 3-day health challenge box, is we have the private Facebook group.
That's
so
right.
you get with me, send me a friend request once you get your order in, so I can make certain to get you plugged in so you can get your maximum results. Like I said, if you're ready to stop making excuses and ready to make some progress, then this is definitely what you want to look into to get it kick-started. You still have time. This is only May. You still have plenty of time to reach those physical health goals that we were talking about in January. This is a time to go. This is a time to do it, so that you're not looking back at this year and saying it's yet another year that I did not make my physical health goals happen.
Yeah, we don't want that at all. We don't want that at all. So thank you everyone for hopping on and watching.
Yes, thank you.
Dr. Ray is always a regular guest on this show because everything she has to share is just amazing, right? So we will be back next week. And definitely, guys, get your packs ordered. Hey, Ira, get your packs ordered right away. The link is pinned to the comments and is also scrolling down below. And as always, Dr. Ray, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Coach.
The special guests on my show. And thank you, guys. If this has inspired you, tag someone in here that is definitely going to be inspired by it. Share this out. Or if you just hopped on, definitely go back and watch the replay and definitely go over to that link and get your pack. All right. See you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome, love. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.